Howdy, Hillbilly Nation. This is American Hillbilly. Howdy, Hillbilly Nation. This is American Hillbilly. And welcome to the Guns, Beer, and Therapy Saturday Night Party. Ready? Look at that face! One less can of hard seltzer in this world. I'm proud of myself. Howdy, Hillbilly Nation. This is American Hillbilly. How y'all doing tonight? Man, hope you're having a great weekend. Oh boy, we got a good show for you. We got a great panel. We got rock and roll and side chat. And yeah, Hasbro, you're right. I had to make a beer run real quick. Just got back. Sorry we're running a few minutes late. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. And I want to start bringing up some panels, guest people for the panel that's on tonight. So anyway, let's just start right here. We got AR Guns 1776. Hello, Elliot. How you doing this evening, buddy?
Doing good, man. Thanks for the invite. Good to see you all tonight. And great to be here.
All right, man. Glad you can make it. So up next, we got Bubba Triclops Ballistics. How you doing, Bubba?
Doing good, doing good.
All right, buddy. Glad you can make it tonight.
Always happy to be here.
All right. We're going to go all the way out to the West Coast for this feller and welcome Viejo. How you doing, Walter?
Hey, doing well here. All's quiet on the Western Front, as they say. I'm happy to be here and glad I'm not back in jail. I'm free. I'm free at last.
Well, hopefully raise enough bail money to get you out of YouTube jail. So,
yeah,
glad to have you here.
He's got his own cell now.
Yeah, got my name right on it. Yeah.
He's gonna have a channel
in there and everything.
All right. Well, up next we got JH586. Hey, Jamie, how you doing? Hang on a second. I think I clicked him on and he went right back off. Hang on a second, buddy. There you go. There you are, buddy.
No hands. I didn't do it.
Right,
What did you do?
How you doing tonight, buddy?
Better than I deserve. Not as good as I want. I don't know how that goes. Good to see all the guys out tonight. All the side chats already screaming over there. So looks like we're gonna have fun.
Oh yeah, they're rocking and rolling, man. All right, glad you can make it, Jamie. Well,
Thanks for having me, brother.
You betcha. We got everybody's favorite Gizzard Gary. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Right. Glad you can make it on tonight. Appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, thanks.
And the next person, he's hard to find. Sometimes we can just locate him, in an undisclosed location. But the stars are aligned tonight. The airstreams, are perfect, and he's able to get signals. So we want to welcome Pat in the bunker. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. How's everybody out there tonight so far?
Oh, man. It looks like everybody's doing great.
Well, that's good. Me and Jamie were on another affiliation night, and we had some blasphemy, and then we had some good chat and everything. So yeah, me and Jamie we're already warmed up tonight. We're warmed up. We're ready to go. At least I know two of the people out of here are ready and warmed up, ready to go.
All right,
Well,
bud,
after the
it
little bitty
sounds
pills we was
awesome.
talking about earlier, I hope you're all warmed up.
I need some tequila.
Tequila.
All right. Well,
Put me in, Coach.
That's right, Jamie. That's right. Amen.
all righty. So I want to welcome the side chat here, people within the side chat. And so I want to go through here. Hopefully I don't miss anybody. We have Tactical Fud first in tonight. We got AR Gun 1776. Viejo. We have Mark Thomas. And Mark was on. He's having trouble with his microphone or something, and how he can jump on. So anyway, we have G23. We got a bearded lunchbox. We have Hasbro. G23. Try not to read these over and over again. We got M. Gabriel. We have Boomsticks Revenge. Info Bros. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Samavant Anarchy. Let's see who else we got as I'm scrolling down through here. And I hope I ain't missing anybody. We got Chris from the 740. Gary Gizzard in there, out in here and out in the side chat too. We got Reloader 762. Welcome, welcome. We got Casey Doff. Let's see, let me get on through here. We got Bubba out there and in here. We got Pat in the bunker out there and then on the panel also. We got Tim S. Let's see who else we got here. GGW Outdoors. Welcome, everybody. And I hope I've not missed anybody. If I have, I am terribly sorry. So anyway, guys, as it mostly goes, a lot of times I can't stop and welcome everybody or nothing. So I will show all your comments as much as I can. That's my way of saying hi and recognizing you. And so we'll get started here. Mark was able to get back on here. Hey, Mark, how you doing, buddy? I think you're muted.
That better?
There you go. There you go. Muted.
All right, I'm on my phone.
All right.
Still having trouble with this damn computer.
Oh, man.
Sounds good now.
Well, that's
Maybe.
good. As long as there's no echo.
Yeah, there's no echo at all. We can hear you just fine.
Good.
Maybe hopefully you can get that fixed somehow. I don't know what the problem is, man. That's crazy. But anyway, we're sure glad to have you on here, Mark.
Good to be here. Thank you.
You betcha. So real quick, we'll just start with you, Mark, and go back to the room. You want to tell everybody real quick kind of what you done this week or whatever? Anything exciting?
Well, I got finished up on a nice project for my good friend Firearms Addict. Got a nice set of holsters and a cartridge belt and a little tiny holster for a barkeep boot. Got that shipped out this morning, and I'm gonna probably put a video out maybe Monday or Tuesday. No reloading, but just getting things ready for spring, grass mowing, and just cleaning out vehicles, that kind of thing.
All right.
Been my day.
All right. Well, all right. That's good. How about you, Pat? We've got you a critter in your lap there.
Yeah, it was a Father's Day gift. I had a cat for about 9 years, and every time I came home and sat down for lunch, once I got done, it would sit down in my lap, and it would curl up with me, and at night it would curl up beside my head and just sit there and just be my constant companion. And I could throw a curled up crumpled ball of paper. It would fetch it and bring it back to me. So I honestly think that cat was a dog in its previous life, and somebody decided they needed to give me that little black cat. So here we are.
All right.
So I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's awfully cute. So
It sure is, buddy.
I was going to say something, but I'll shut up.
No, go ahead, Elliot. I want to hear.
I was gonna say,
Nope.
sitting there drinking, stroking your kitty.
I want to be the one to say that I didn't say anything. I didn't say nothing.
No,
This is a party.
Well,
No, that's-
on that note, we'll go to you, Walter.
Yes, I am stroking my cat.
How's your week this week, Walter?
I had a good week, actually. I got quite a bit of boat casting done, and I got a couple videos put up, and got some shooting done today for next week's Monday Moldy video, and going back to the range tomorrow to do some shooting for another little video series that we're going to start next week. So I had a good weekend. Came back from the range with a lot more brass than I went with, so that's always good, you know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, how about you, Jamie? How'd your week go?
Man, health wise was a bummer this week. I just didn't feel good this week. But
Oh no.
last night was a great night. We had Hasbro's 1,500 subscriber party, and that was a blast. Rumor has it I even won a prize, so I'm happy about that. And then later during Georgia Shooting Connection, we celebrated 5 years, and we gave away some stuff, so that was fun too. So it's always nice to give stuff away, man. It's so fun.
It is, ain't it? Oh man. Yeah, and congratulations you guys on Georgia Shooting Connection. That 5 years, man, that's awesome. And everybody, believe it or not, they've been on for 5 years. They have such a great channel, just a Friday night that I personally look forward to. And they should have way more subscribers than what that channel has. So make sure you jump over and subscribe to Georgia Shooting Connection. If somebody could put that link on there for them, it's just a blast every Friday night. So
Okay, thank you. One quick thing before I pass up the opportunity here. Tommy Boy says I should share my theory, my underwear theory with you guys, because I told it on Chris from 740 a while ago. My theory is that when things come out of the dryer, there's a 50-50 chance that they come out inside out or outside in, right? You would think that would be a 50-50 shot. Well, why are all my underwear in my drawer inside out? Which means I have to turn them around before I put them on. Or do y'all even do that? Do you even turn them right side out before you put them on?
I do that on Wednesdays.
Sometimes I don't care.
There's an inside out for
And
underwear.
they're good for the rest of the week.
What's this underwear you're speaking of anyway?
that's hilarious. Oh boy. Okay. How about you, Gary? How'd your week go, buddy?
Well, I
You
must
had
have.
an
I must have been
awesome
there.
Our show Friday night as well.
I must have been with Jamie because I wasn't feeling well earlier in the week myself. I had to go see the doctor on Wednesday and got some antibiotics, and I got to feeling a little better. So the week ended up pretty good, but it started out kind of rough. So other than that, it was a good week, I'd say.
All right.
Not spectacular, but it's good.
It's good. Well,
Yeah, it's good.
well, I'm glad to hear that, buddy. And talking about not feeling good, man, those allergies and stuff like that, they had my butt kicked for a couple weeks. So I'm just happy to be on the downhill run of that. So, all right, Bubba. How about oh, and real quick, guys, Gizzard Gary, he has a Friday night. I was saying a while ago, it comes on right after Georgia Shooting Connection. So make sure you get over and check that out also and subscribe there. So, Bubba, how'd your week go today, buddy?
Well, I hate to follow up with the same thing, but I've been sick all week and still working because I don't like to miss a day of work. But I've been coughing up and hacking and all kinds of other stuff. And but other than that, I got my reloading kit in the mail this week, and I ain't had time to put it together yet. Between coughing up half my lungs, and also got out to the range today, so I got a couple videos going to be putting up here soon. I have to redo my reloading kit video 17 times. I'm probably going to do it again because I was coughing so much in it. I was just like, ain't nobody going to hear anything I'm saying doing this. And so I'm waiting until I'm not gotten any coughing going at all before I do a video on that. But yeah, shot out to about 50 yards today with that new rifle of mine, and shot the 38 special I just got. And hopefully, whenever I fully wake up tonight, I'll have them videos up soon.
All right, awesome. All right, buddy. Well, how about you, Elliot? What you up to this week, bud? Anything exciting?
Painting the front of the house, the trim, streaming with Hasbro last night, on here now tonight. So I've been kind of busy. So
yeah,
You got a
about
live
it.
stream Thursday night too.
Yeah, I got Monday at 9 p.m. I got to do a fill in for MacMan for 2 weeks. Then I got my show Thursday night at 9. I got to do, and oh boy, I'm busy. Got a lot of stuff to
work on
do.
your Cockney accent, all right?
My what now?
You got to work on your Cockney accent.
Oh. But been a pretty good week, so it's been fun. Good to see you all in here too.
Also, want to say congratulations to Hasbro out there too, man. 1,500 subs. That's awesome, buddy.
Sure is. Yep.
And while we're talking about subs, I'm less than 70. It's 60 or somewhere in there subs away from my next big giveaway. So hopefully that'll be coming real soon, and we'll do it right here on the live on Saturday night, and we'll just have another big giveaway like we did last time. A lot of fun. So
look out for Hasbro too on Monday. He may do quite a few more shows. So 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Awesome. So are you guys ready for the first topic of the night? This is something I thought, it'd be kind of neat for everybody. And, we're just particularly talking about, not trying to put down this gun or whatever, but, well, here's the topic. So what's your opinion on a ready to go AR-15, such as like the PSA Saber? And there's some others out there, I know like people say, well, if you have your build, like you used to be like, oh, you need this lower, this, and this upper match, you need this barrel, and then by the time you kind of get things together, you're at, $1,500, $2,000, stuff like that. And so, for a, rifle like this, for instance, I believe sabers that PSA Saber, somebody might correct me, but it's under $1,000, I believe. It's like 8 something or somewhere in that ballpark. And there's other ones out there too. But just those particular guns, you can get around $1,000, a little less, and they're ready to go. And I understand, like, they're not going to be like, something you're going to use for military or whatever, they might not be the best guns, but kind of what's your opinion on these type of deals? Would you suggest it to somebody or just say, nah, man, I think you'd be better off just have someone build your own or you build your own. So that's kind of topic tonight. And so also out there in the side chat, man, let's hear what your guys' opinion is. So first of all, we'll start with you, Elliot. And we'll go around the room like that, buddy.
They're good to start out with. The only thing I don't like about some of the, especially around $500, is you get really a cheap barrel typically with them. And me personally, I like a more expensive barrel, but it's a great gun. I've been trying to get my brother to buy a cheap one, but he won't let go of his money. But me, I love Daniel Defense. Now, Daniel Defense is about $1,800, but I love their hardware, Daniel Defense. M-Lock or barrels hammer forged here in Georgia. And you can't beat that gun, but it's just expensive. And I'd love to have that one. But the others, I probably would just build it and just buy parts, personally. But, they're good for beginner rifles.
Okay.
You can always change the barrel,
Alrighty.
too. So.
Yeah, that is too.
From
That's an
budget to a
option
high
too,
grade.
so. How about you, Bubba? What's your thoughts on this?
My thoughts, I'm pretty simple-minded. Which Admin Results actually did a video on the new Sabres or whatever that just came out, and he seems to like it. But I wouldn't really. If the gun fires, right, doesn't have any issues firing, cycles ammo, whatever, and you're comfortable with that gun to defend your life, it's a good gun. It's a perfect gun. As long as it functions correctly, doesn't have any hiccups, it's a good gun. PSA makes some great stuff. There's a lot of people out there who like to say the negatives, but most of them is Glock fanboys, so we don't really listen to them. But if the gun runs and the gun's fine, if the gun's accurate, once you get it sighted in and stuff, then hey man, more power to them. Me personally, mine's a BCA upper on a PSA lower, so I haven't had any problems with mine. It's fed steel. It's even fed white box Winchester, and I usually have the worst trouble with out of Winchester. So, I mean, I don't know about it. I don't think I'd pay $800 for it because I buy cheap guns, but $800 seems to be more like I'd consider mid tier than anything.
Yeah.
With any gun, with any AR or anything that you buy or whatever, if you don't like the trigger, you can swap out the trigger. If you don't like the stock, you can swap out the stock. That's the thing about ARs, and the reason why most people like them so much is you can change out parts fairly easily. Like a monkey with a wrench can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Okay, that's just if I can do it, anybody can do it. So that's the beauty of the AR platform. So it doesn't matter what the price range is. If it functions, you can always add the other stuff later. So,
all right. Also, real quick here, I hopefully I ain't missed anybody new jumping in. We also have Tommy Boy and Woods. I don't know if I missed them all ago or what. But anyway, welcome, guys. Appreciate y'all jumping in here. So, Gary, what's your opinion on this, buddy?
Well, to each his own. I didn't own one for the first 3 years, and then I and my friends was at the Tulsa Gun Show, and they decided that Gizzard had to have an AR because they said every decent gun guy needs to have an AR, and you don't own an AR. So we set out on a mission to buy the parts. I already had the lower, so we bought all the rest of the parts, and they donated a few to me. Donated sights, donated red dot, upgraded charging handle, stuff like that, and I had some help putting it together, and it kind of means something to me because, my friends all had something to do. We bought it together, and so far that one's kind of special to me, but I had thought about just buying one that was, complete, ready to go AR. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. A lot of people have them. A lot of people get by just fine with that. I like what I got, and if I want to upgrade it anytime, it's like everybody else said, it's not hard. But everyone's going to be a little bit different. It ought to be personalized, I think, because now I'm not one of them people who has 18 of them around their house, but not that that's a bad thing necessarily. I just don't have room for it. But so it depends on the person. There are going to be some people that's a good solution for them, and as far as I'm concerned, I don't have a problem with that.
Awesome. Yeah, that's really cool how they, how you described how you got yours. That would be something special, something a person definitely would want to keep, That's great.
Yeah. I'll always remember it.
Awesome. Well, how about you, Jamie? What's your opinion on this, buddy?
I have both. I've got one that I've built up from scratch and bought all the parts for just as cheap as I could do it. Just making sure everything I got was just the as affordable as could be bought. And I also have one that I built on Aero Precision uppers and lower receivers, and it's not as inexpensive, obviously. But I also have one that I bought ready made, like what you're describing. It's a DPMS Panzer, I think is the name of it. It's out of the three. Out of the three, I would say my 350 Legend, which is the one on the Aero Precision frames, it shoots really good. I mean, it puts holes in holes at 50 yards, and the Panther is not far behind it. The DPMS is 16-inch 5.56 barrel, and it shoots really, really good. And the other one that I built as budget friendly as possible, and I thought was a good barrel, and the accuracy is not there on that one. So I'm thinking about reworking that. So kind of like to an extent, you get what you pay for, is what I'm seeing. But I will say there's a point of no return on that. Like Elliot was talking about Daniel Defense, they make great products. There's no doubt about that. But if I'm buying good stuff and I'm building my own, where's the cutoff there? Is that $1,800, $1,900, $2,000 rifle, is it really going to shoot that much better than one that I build on my own that I spent, like, say, $700 for all the parts and put it together myself? I don't know. I doubt it, but I think with ARs, where your money comes from, where you need to spend the money is on your receivers and on your barrel. Other than that, you can get by skimping a little bit. But if you want the best of the best, go get one of those. Or what's that other brand? LWFRFA, whatever, the brand that law enforcement.
I know what you're talking about. Can't think of it.
LWRC.
That's it.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Georgia State Patrol uses those rifles, and they're obviously top notch. But yeah, it's just where I'm at. I'm practical. If I can shoot MOA with a gun, it's a decent gun, because after all, Mr. Whalen did say only accurate rifles are interesting.
Yeah. Welcome, Dale. Seeing you just jumped on, buddy.
We're talking ARs. Can I show something?
Yeah,
No.
as long as it's not a firearm.
It's not. This is. It's been so long to get the name of it now.
Okay.
Let me get my glasses. Hang on a minute. I'm half blind in here.
Here, we borrow mine.
Oh, I left my glasses in the bedroom. Yeah, I can't even find the label on it. Never mind. Go ahead. Pass me. Can't see.
One more thing.
I need glasses.
While Elliot's looking for his glasses, I think since Bear Creek Arsenal went to the hammer forged barrels, and if you've not seen the process of hammer forging a barrel, it's very interesting. Find a YouTube video on that. That's pretty good. And Tommy Boy over in the sides chat said something that's interesting to me, but I'll give my take on it. The best warranty in the firearms industry is the one that you never have to use.
Yeah. Yep. That's true. That's a good warranty there, huh? If you don't have to use it. Oh, be. All righty. Well, how about you, Walter? What's your opinion on this, buddy?
Well, sure. I'm not coming into this as anywhere close to an expert. I own a grand total of 2 ARs, one from each category. The first one that I acquired was one that I built from the bottom up, and because I didn't have one, and I took that on as a way to learn the firearm, and it seemed like about the best way to learn what makes an AR tick. And I had some help from the boys at the local gun shop. There's a group of Iraq vets that opened an LGS here in town, and they were real helpful with me on that. And I ended up putting together a pretty darn good rifle. It's kind of heavy, but it's a 1 MOA AR-15, boy, and it's got a barrel in it that will handle up to our 70 grain bullets just fine. And that turned out to be a fun project. And to that, I'll add that not everybody feels real comfortable with tools, and you do need a couple of tools that are probably not already in your toolbox. If you're going to build an AR, you need barrel nut wrench and a decent vise maybe, and a couple other little things, but most of it you can do with the tools that you have. And I did spend quite a bit of money on that time I was all done. I sent it out to be Cerakoted, and it turned out to be a good shooter, which was just pure luck. It turned out to be that way. So I did have one that I built, and I'll ditto what some of the other fellows have said. It's not hard, particularly if you've got someone who can kind of show you the ropes a little bit. It's not something that is rocket science necessarily. It's insert tab A into slot B, and there you go. So that's not a difficult thing, and you shouldn't feel intimidated about building one. On the other hand, if you are intimidated by tools, I see nothing wrong with going out and buying one. There's some pretty good ones out there. The one that I bought was an MP Sport, and I bought that for a specific purpose and didn't pay a whole lot of money for it. But that one I converted into 17 HMR. There was a company a number of years ago, and I don't know if they're even still in business or not, that made an upper for an AR platform for 17 HMR, and that sucker's fun to shoot, provided you can find 17 HMR. But it's a good shooter also. It's a fun rifle to shoot. It's a squirrel killing son of a gun.
I bet it is.
And so, building a rifle is something, man can take some pride in doing that. You end up with something that will run and that will work and is relatively accurate. And, if you're a hand loader, you can get out and shoot 2.23 or 5.56 relatively inexpensively compared to other rifles. Hey, man.
Say hi to Moondog.
Down here, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Buddy?
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's my take on it.
buddy.
I'd say buy one if you don't feel
Howdy,
comfortable with
Moondog.
tools, buy one and go shoot it for a while till you feel comfortable with the platform, and then get somebody to help you build one and build it your way. Make it your rifle.
Agreed. I was listening into that. That was good. That's good advice.
All righty. So Moondog, we'll get to you next. We'll jump over to Pat real quick and give
Sure.
his thoughts on this and what the topic is, what's your thoughts on buying a just ready to go AR-15 under $1,000? Is it worth it? I mean, just for people to have, that might not go shoot a whole bunch, but they went for home defense or gotten plank every now and then, and stuff like that. So, all right, Pat, what do you think about that, buddy?
All right. Well, I'm about ready to go a little Paul Harold on this situation, but all my things is my opinions and my opinions only. There are caveats, but here we go. I own 3 different AR platforms. One is a short barrel rifle, one is a carbine length, and one is 20-inch. Now, the first one that I bought was a Smith & Wesson M&T Sport 2 with the full-on charging handle, everything. It came with everything, not like the old Sport 1. Now, that one, the first thing that I ever did to it, it had the flip up MOA sight on the back with the iron sight on the front, just like the old M1A2 sight front post. And I said, okay, well, not a problem. I'm used to learning iron sights on everything that I've ever shot. So I learned on that first with that gun. Now, here comes the caveat. That gun, I was like, okay, how can I make this gun absolutely bulletproof? I mean, literally bulletproof. So it can eat everything, shoot everything, and be accurate. So what I did was I took, and I like the guns that come straight out of the box, whether it's red dot or iron sights or what have you on that. I think they're great, especially one that's set up ready to shoot. Throw a mag in it, whether it's iron sight or anything. I think that's awesome. Something that's ready to take to the range and go shoot. So the consumer can just have something in their hands and go fire it as long as they're with somebody that knows what they're doing. Now, here comes the caveat. The gun that I got, I was like, I want to make it bulletproof. So I took the firing pin out of a bolt carrier group. I put in a stainless steel firing pin. I took the extractor out because I said, I want this thing to eat every single piece of steel that I put through this thing. I want to feed it everything. So I took and put in a stainless steel extractor along with heavy duty springs and everything inside of that. So that way this thing will eat and munch everything without ripping cartridges out or not being able to grab onto it and extract it or losing the lip off of the extractor. So that was my first step. The second step was when I finally did put some optics on top of it on the Picatinny rail was, okay, 3x9 on top, looking out the front. Great. I mean, it's adult Legos. It's all what you want it to do. And the first thing I wanted to do with that gun, the very first AR I had, was I want this thing to feed and shoot everything reliable. Period. Hands down, I want this thing to eat everything, shoot it out, and be accurate. That's it. I mean, that was hands down. I just wanted to be accurate. So yeah, that's my first AR-15 build, and I've done several since then. I've done whole trigger groups where I put in the springs and everything. And one of the best things that I've found on trigger groups, doesn't matter on springs and stuff like that, is run it, get a feel for it, and then make your mind up. Just
Cool.
don't shoot a couple rounds through it and be like, oh, this thing's crap. No, you need to shoot it for a little bit and then come to a conclusion.
Get it broke in a little bit first. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Oil it, lube it up, do exactly what you need to it, just like what specs and everything say to. That's what you got to do before you come to a really good conclusion, especially breaking it in.
All right. Well, how about you, Moondog? What do you think? What's your opinion on this subject, buddy?
Well, I think it depends on what your goals are. I think for the average shooter, the person who hasn't, so if this is like their first or maybe even their first rifle or one of their first guns,
ARs,
ARs. I mean, or even one of their first guns. Period. I wouldn't have any. I wouldn't think any less of you if you just bought something off the shelf. And I certainly, I did a little short booth visit with Palmetto State Armory, which some AR snobs or gun snobs would even pull, put their noses up to anything from Palmetto State Armory. But the fact that they make they've just come out with a pretty decent line of what they would call upgraded ARs that you could buy off the shelf for under $1,000. I thought was, well, that's great. I mean, and that's certainly addressing a market out there. And I would not put my nose up on somebody buying, an Anderson or whatever is the cheapest AR they can pick up from the local gun shop or a Bass Pro or back in the day, Wally World. If that's your goal, I kind of use the analogy of like either cars or PCs. I mean, personal computers. You could build your own PC way better than you could buy something off the shelf. Or like if you buy, you could buy the hard drive, the an upgraded video card. And you could spend all this money and make the super hottest gaming rig. Or there's the other folks who just want to go buy the cheapest laptop they can get at Costco, or buy a MacBook. But it's kind of your call. Both of them kind of work. But are you going to get a much better gaming rig or a higher performing PC if you build it yourself? Absolutely. But if you don't have the interest and the time to try to figure that out, I don't. That's certainly valid for you to just get the cheapest laptop. Same with the cars. I could. Back when I was younger, I like to tinker around with my car, upgrade everything I could in the engine and things like that. But most folks, if you want to just go buy a cheap Honda or Hyundai, it'll get you there. It's got good gas mileage. It won't break up on you. So that's a reasonable decision, a reasonable choice.
Yeah. And I loved your video there, PSA at SHOT Show, and. Matter of fact, that's when I went and looked up like at the Saber and some of those, and I was like, it's kind of what brought on this topic tonight, because I'm like, I really, for somebody, if they're not going to be shooting competition and doing all this, I think personally I might just recommend, something like that to them, and say, hey, you get this. You got the firing, the shooting range or whatever, practice with it, see how it does for you. And then, you can always, maybe you get the trigger upgraded or something too, but, I don't think it's a bad idea, personally. And so that's kind of one of the reasons I brought the topic up tonight, for that is, it's nice to, and actually Saber did, or PSA, when you shown there on your video, they had a lot of nice looking ones too. Actually, I thought some of those were really nice looking.
Yeah, and I think somebody
right off the shelf and ready to go.
Somebody pointed out and kind of disparagingly saying, "Oh yeah, they put all this, upgraded items which were that are probably just overstock of their overstock, or they're from their vendor." Which true. But it's still, as long as the component works, I think the best advice is, just get an AR that's within your budget, find a easily obtainable ammo, and then you can do later on if you really enjoy it, and I bet you will, learn how to upgrade, because that's where I built my own AR, but it's because I had an interest in it. But you can learn how to fix your own AR, and of course, the next step from learning from you guys how to reload your ammo. So, but find what runs reliably in your off the shelf AR. That's my best advice.
All right, and also Hasbro had to jump out. We'll see you later, buddy, and then I'll say hi to MCK. He just jumped in, so thanks for showing up, buddy. And one more quick thing, Walter, you still there?
Yeah.
One thing I was going to ask you, and I kind of forgot about it. You talked about like yours, you send it off to get it Cerakoted. So while on that subject, there might be some people watching this and stuff. Since you had that done yourself, roughly what's a ballpark number for that, to get like an AR Cerakoted?
That's a kind of a question that's a little hard to answer. There's nobody here in my town that could do it. So remember I had mentioned that the guys who ran the LGS were friends of mine, and they had a contact down in LA. So they sent it to him for me. It ended up costing me about $300 to have that thing Cerakoted, which is nowadays would be pretty exorbitant. If you've got a Cerakoter in your town, it can be a lot less than that. But so the upper and lower receivers were Cerakoted, and a few of the other parts. The barrel we didn't, but the handguard we did, and a couple other small pieces. And it came out looking good. It was flat dark earth, but a little bit darker than that. But now you can go buy one like that right off the shelf. Your receiver, upper and lower both can be Cerakoted already, and it costs you nothing. So but yeah, it was pricey. That was one of the bigger pieces of that rifle, was to get it Cerakoted, because it looks stupid just all black. I thought.
I figured you for like the neon splash Cerakote.
Oh yeah, that's me all over.
Well,
it'd be hard to hide out there in the desert, wouldn't it, buddy?
Yeah. That's not too expensive even today. I think I was looking at Aero Precision, and they were, I think, to do a Cerakoted upper and lower, I think it was like another 150. So yeah. Plus of course you're paying the done in California fee on top of that, right?
Yeah. Real quick, guys, make sure you get in your hashtag HBN18. We have more people watching when we have entries, so make sure you do that. And Pat's also streaming, so I want to welcome people over on Pat's stream too. And I'm sure you're explaining to them, Pat, what to do if they want to get entered into that contest or this giveaway. So anyway,
yes, sir.
All right. And also, Elliot, did you find your glasses, buddy? You was wanting to show us a barrel or something there.
Oh yeah. Actually, this one's going back, but this is Criterion.
Here, let me get you blowed up there first, buddy.
You can't really see it; it's in a box. But
okay.
I bought it. It's called a Core Profile. It's a little thin at the end. It is chrome plated, about $300, and it's hand lapped on top of the chrome. So I'm actually sending this back. It's a unusual model. It's designed light at the end and more beefier, like maybe 8 inches back, to make your AR balance a little bit better. But I don't like it because I don't like it that thin. I'm going and getting the government profile. I just got to return this. But that's just $300 just for that. And I spoke earlier of Daniel Defense. Daniel Defense I love because they're chrome, but they're also hammer forged, and you can't beat a hammer forged barrel. White Oak Armament is great. Johnny Reeling Bench, he does that. So does Hasbro. There's a few others that's good. Wilson Combat they make great barrels too. So
okay. So let me ask you this here real quick, Elliot. Is it kind of like a tapered barrel where it goes down to like the pencil profile down at the end, and that's what you don't like about it? Okay.
Yeah, when you go down to
go ahead.
Yes, it starts out thin, I think 600 something block, if I remember. It's been a while. And it gets more beefier. And it's designed to really make your AR a little more balanced, depending on how you build your AR, of course. I forget what they call it. Core series, I think is what they call it. Not core. I can't even remember now. I have to go to the website. But they make good barrels. They got some heavier, beefier barrels, and they actually call their government profile ultra light, even though it's a government profile. I never really referred to a government profile as an ultra light, but they do even when I'm on the phone with them. They'll confuse me sometime. They'll start talking about ultra light. I go, "You talking what, government profile?" Oh, okay, yeah. So they make good barrels, though, Criterion does. But I'd love to have the Daniel Defense, White Oak Armament, a few others out there.
Faxon.
Yeah, I actually have a Faxon back there in the closet. Yep. I gave, I think, 150 for it. Yeah, and it's got to be done down the road.
I was just curious on that because I had one barrel that I did have to turn around on a build that when it came out to the end, it just seemed like it was too wimpy right on the end. Yeah. It was just like it was way too thin, and I was like, okay, if somebody's gonna start sending, and obviously this person wasn't gonna do it, but going into a competition or something like that where they had to start doing rapid fire out of it, it was just like, wow, that barrel is super thin out, from about halfway on out. I was like, wow, that seems like that thing's it's not gonna be accurate after about 7-8 shots.
You're right.
It just seemed like it was gonna warm up, and it was just gonna the accuracy was gonna start dropping off on it. I was like, and that's why I went with the M&P 15 barrel, because it seemed like right out of the gate, it seemed like it was a heavier barrel. The profile all the way on through seemed like it was heavier, and that's why I went with that versus what was the other company I was looking at for my first AR? I can't remember, but it had several cuts and stuff in it, and it just seemed too light. And it, and granted, I'm not shooting a bull barrel or anything, but it just seemed like the other company I was going to go with, it was just like, wow, that's got really thin in spots. And if I want to go, if I'm picking up multiple, let's just say this, I'm picking up multiple coyotes at anywhere from 300 to 500 yards on there, and they start running, and I don't get those first couple shots off at them, and I'm having to splay shots in front of them or trying to pick up that target. It's like, no, that barrel's starting to warm up, and it's not going to be accurate after the first 2-3 shots. So anyway,
that's why I'm sending this back, because of that very reason.
Okay.
At least the government is beefed up more near the end. The government profile is. This one's not, and I'm just going to return it and get a little bit better barrel. And they're cool. So, it's been like 2 years. They said, don't worry about it. Just send it when you can. We'll exchange it. Nice. Yeah, they're good company. Criterion.
So, awesome.
Before we get off Cerakoting too far, I want everybody to know that Gene Reloading from the Hot Pot is a certified Cerakoter, and he can do that for you. If you'll get in touch with him, he can do that work for you. And I'm almost positive he'll do it cheaper than $300, Walter, but I'm not sure.
Well, I had mine done long before Gene was born. That's how old my AR is.
Does Gene put those on with his tattoo gun?
Oh yeah.
I'm sure he does. But let's talk about these thinner barrels for a minute. There's a lot of people that would say that a heavy barrel is more accurate than a skinny barrel, and I would agree with that. It's always been my thing. I want the thickest barrel I can get, but that don't mean that it's necessarily more accurate than a smaller diameter barrel. what we got to remember and pay attention to is the barrel harmonics. Every barrel, it don't matter how thick or how thin it is, it's got that hose pipe or that rope action. When you shoot it, it's going to whip. What we're doing, tuning our reloads or our hand loads or our ammunition, setting our scopes and all that kind of stuff, is we're trying to get that whip at the same spot every time the projectile is exiting the muzzle of that barrel. Well, that's easier done on a heavier barrel. You got advantages to both. A, a lighter weight barrel obviously is easier to carry around, and yeah, it can shoot as accurately as a heavy barrel, just not for as long. A thicker, heavier barrel is going to take longer to heat up and get hot. But once it does, it's going to take longer for it to cool back off than the pencil barrel. So you got to keep all those factors in mind. And one thing I think we forgot to mention that Moondog brought up, all these decisions about acquiring and maintaining or building or buying AR-15s is a purpose-driven decision. What are you going to do with that gun, and what is your vision of how it's going to be used? And that should guide your decisions as far as what to buy and put in your gun.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep, exactly. Especially for and some of the stuff that I do with mine when I went with the Smith and Wesson with a heavier barrel. Another thing that I thought about when I go down to prairie dog towns and I'm looking for those quick follow-up shots, and I'm shooting off of mounds, like I can tap 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds on prairie dogs, before they know what hit them, at 300 yards. And I'm just pow, 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 and they don't know what the hell hit them. And that's what I love about a heavier barrel versus a lighter barrel, and exactly what Jamie said. It's all purpose driven. Now, are there lighter barrels out there that can do the same job as a heavier barrel that's made out of better material? Yeah, I'm sure there is. And it all comes down to metallurgy and what they're putting in the barrels. The lining, the outside, the cooling, what the God, I wish I could remember the name for this. But there are certain materials that cool off quicker than other materials that they can bind with. When you do the magnesiums and the I wish I could remember the whole thing, but it's a lot of chemistry. I mean, and those barrel manufacturers, those guys are geniuses when it comes down to making barrels for certain things. Because, man, the rapid cooling rate or the rapid heat up and dissipation rate, man, there's a lot of science that goes into those barrels. Man, there just is. It's ungodly on just depending on what you want to do with it.
This one is called Core. Then they got the government model, and they also have what they call a hybrid. The hybrid runs about $390. It's a little beefier, got not a bull barrel, but heavier than a government. So they make it several different levels.
Cool. Well, guys, tell you what, let's go ahead and do this drawing, and we'll get this out of the way, and then we got some more topics. So anyway, we have 20-some people watching, only 13 in the entries. So, guys, make sure you get your entry in and everything. And what we're going to be giving away again, I'm going to be giving away is still giving away this knife. It's kind of a neat little knife. Let me get this in front of the camera. It's all steel. It does have a locking blade on it and everything. Belt clip. It's got a flashlight here on the end with a magnet, and it's got a fire starter. Got a window breaker, seatbelt cutter, rope cutter, whatever you call it. And anyway, it's just a handy little knife. And so, anyway, that's what we're going to be giving away tonight. And so, make sure you got those hashtags in there.
Get them in there, guys.
All right.
You want this, just because all the cool guys have them.
All
Got
right. All right. We got some more rolling in here. Great.
There we go.
So, all righty.
I want
Oh,
the
yeah.
red
Now-
one
now-
too, Walter.
Count's getting up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mark Thomas has one in every color now. And somebody made a mention a while ago, said if Bearded Lunchbox entered, then there's no reason for anybody else to enter. On some of the live streams last night, he won, I know, at least twice, if not 3 times, on a few different live streams. So, I mean, the guy is lucky. Hopefully, he went and bought some lottery tickets would be my suggestion. So anyway, let me share the screen real quick, and we'll get this rolling. All right, we got 19 entries, and let's wind this thing up and give it a spin and see who's going to win tonight. Casey Dolph.
Congrats.
All right, Casey.
All right,
Well,
Casey.
congratulations, buddy.
Congrats, bud.
We'll write your name down here. And let me get out of this screen real quick. So, Casey, I've sent some stuff to you. I think you should have my email. I know you've won, I think, my monthly drawing before or something. But anyway, get a hold of me or my email right here, and give me your address. And those come in 4 colors. It comes in black, red, blue, and green. So anyway, make sure you get that into. Bearded Lunchbox said he just won twice. So all right. Let's see. Let's get on down here a little bit and.
The red ones are better.
Caught up on some of this.
Yes, they are. I love the red ones.
Mhm.
Yep, your
Yeah.
mango's got one.
Whoa, whoa. Hang on a
Undo
minute.
that green one. Undo that
Look
green one.
here. Look
Wow.
here.
Don't you knock the green ones.
Casey says spin again. All right. Well, that's really
Oh.
nice of you, Casey. So Casey, I know he's won once or twice on my giveaways, so he may have already have one of these. So Larry says a little flashlight works perfectly. Check if brass and box finger or primed. All right. So let me share this again, and we'll just wind this thing up and spin it again. All right. Well, it's really nice of you, Casey, to do that. So we're still on Casey, and I'm going to give this thing another spin. Round and round it goes. Let's see where it stops. Tactical Fud.
Fud.
There we go.
All right.
Congrats.
Hey, congrats, Buck.
That's awesome, buddy.
Awesome, Buck. You're getting a good knife. It definitely does twine off a bale. So
Oh,
you're in good shape.
Oh, Michael Myers says, "Am I being ignored?" What you got to do, Michael, is click on the link if you don't see your text is ended up in the side chat there. So if you're on Pat's share screen or shared live stream, you can see everybody's, but until you click the right link there that he'll post, we can't see yours. I can because I guess because we're on the panel or whatever this is, but nobody else can. So, all right. Well, you're welcome, Tactical Fud. Michael Myers said he had a question. So, Pat, can you relay that for everybody?
Actually, I don't think he's on. I don't see anything coming across my stream on Michael Myers. So he's not.
Hang on a minute.
I saw his question on my chat, but I shouldn't rephrase that. I didn't see his question, but I saw him posting in my chat, but I didn't actually read his question other than what is this? So, okay. I don't exactly know what you mean by what this is. So,
hey, Mike Myers. Retype that in and we can make sure it gets on here so we can see if your question gets answered, buddy.
Yeah, he's not on my end. So
he said he asked, "What is this?"
I'm guessing he wandered into Moondog's chat and then saw all of this going on and go,
like,
"Where have I ended up?
What the hell's going on here?"
He says he's very confused. So
okay, I'll try to answer him. I don't know if I can do that without posting on everybody's, but I'll answer his question in the chat.
Yeah, you bet. This is a live stream, man.
Go for it, Moondog.
We're having fun, buddy, and welcome, Mike Myers. I'm glad you wandered in here. We hope you get unconfused, buddy.
Everybody's welcome.
I can point you in the direction Jamie Lee Curtis's house, though.
Alrighty. So, Tactical Fud, I'm pretty sure you got my email, so make sure you email me and let me know your address, which I think I have it. Go ahead and put it in there and what color knife you'd like to have. So, for you guys ready for the next set here? And
fire away.
I'm going to ask Jamie, do you need to get off here pretty soon, or is anybody else? Because we'll start with you guys on this if you do.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave after this one.
All righty. Well, this is something easy. So we'll start out with you, Jamie. So, what 3 things would you want to have with you if you were going to survive in the wilderness, the woods, for a week?
By myself or with the wife?
Well, I guess however,
right.
I mean,
so if she's coming, we've got to have a shower and we've got to have TV and air conditioning. That would be
those are 3 good things to have.
Oh, and toilet paper. Yeah,
toilet paper.
How big an island are we talking about?
Right, I know, but
right, Elliot.
For me, need a source of fire. You have a way to start a fire. And big lighters ain't going to last too long. They're just not. And then, yeah, I need to. I ain't never going to win one of them, Walter. I'm going to break down and buy one tomorrow. I want a good rifle, probably in that situation an AR. Then an axe, knife or an axe of some sort. I think three things. That's cutting it pretty thin, but those are the three things I'd take.
That'd be the first three things you gather, huh?
Yep. Of course, ammo for the gun. So,
Well, yeah, we figure that's included with it, I guess. So,
yeah, but if wife's coming, yeah, it's a different story.
Yep.
Guys, I'm gonna bug out and get ready for church in the morning. Y'all liven up a little bit. Gary looks like he's about to pass out on y'all over there. Y'all,
all right. You want to go ahead and plug your channel and stuff real quick before you go, buddy?
yeah, man, thanks. I'm the JH586 thing. I've been doing a couple of videos this past week. I hope y'all go over and check them out. And I'm almost to 900, and Scotsman says we're going to do 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So we'll see what all that's about. Georgia Shooting Connection channel, we do a live stream focused mainly on reloading, but we talk about everything but politics over there. So come out and join us on Georgia Shooting Connection Friday night at 8 o'clock. Man, it's always a fun time on Saturday night, and thank all y'all for being here, and thanks for panel. Thank y'all for putting up with me, and Hillbilly, thanks for having me.
You bet, buddy. Man, I'm so glad you can make it. Sure enjoying it. Have you on, and guys, make sure you get over to Jamie's channel, get subscribed, do yourself a favor if you haven't already, and get him to 1,000 subs because he dang sure deserves it, man. Such a good channel and such a great guy. So make sure you get over there, and we'll make sure we get Jamie's link posted on here to his channel. In case somebody's not subbed, they can jump over there and give you a sub and check out your channel, buddy.
I appreciate that, man. Y'all have a good rest of your weekend, and see y'all later down the road. Thanks.
Night, Jamie.
All right. Thanks, Jamie. All right, Tactical Fud. Thanks for sending that email, and I'll get that sent out to you real soon. So, let's see. We'll just jump right back up there and start with you again, Elliot. So if he's going to be out in the woods, wilderness, or whatever for a week, I know there's other things, personally would really like to have. But, if you just make sure you had three things, what would three of those things seem to be the most important to you to have?
Most important would be my knife would be Tops Knives Junglist. Armageddon is the name of it. It's kind of a boy. It's a big knife, but you can cut stuff.
Yeah.
Stainless steel canteen, where you can heat water, boil it, and filter. Naturally filter it, and you can survive. And a ferro rod. Got to have a ferro rod and a striker would be considered, I guess, to go with it.
Yeah.
But, those three things. Stainless steel canteen. I actually got the plastic now. The ferro rod, the magnesium rod, and I got the little, if you get plastic, you got to get the little metal thing. It slips on the bottom. That way you can pour the water in there and boil it. Boiled water, you can take boiled water out of a lake. As long as you strain it and boil it, you can drink it. It's perfectly healthy. So those would be it. Oh, well, might do a compass, maybe 4.
Okay.
But if small island, wouldn't need a compass. Probably.
So so you're picking an island even. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I want to chop. I want to drink.
It out in the wilderness somewhere. Might as well be on an island, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And see, the bigger knife, you can only kill animals with it. You can also cut the wood and make shelter with that knife. So it's kind of a big knife.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So, Bubba, what three things would you like to have with you?
Mine's gonna make you laugh.
I'd
I'd want a cave. I'd want a cave, a bed, and a picnic basket. Because for a whole week, I'm going to be Yogi Bear.
You're a grizzly bear. I can see that.
Right. I hibernate.
You're a grizzly bear. Hey, no, I'm going to get me a picnic basket.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, in all seriousness, though,
tarp is a lifesaver.
A cave would be nice. And then some filtered water, maybe about a 50-gallon jug of filtered water. And just one of my guns. That should be fine.
So you wanted to have the water with you. You don't have to worry about having to filter it or nothing. Okay.
That's a lot of water, man.
You got to pack around the cave. You got to pack around a 50-gallon barrel of water.
That's the point. I don't leave the cave. I cannot eat for a week and be fine.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Well, Pat, so since you already live in a bunker, which that's pretty close to a cave, so what 3 things would you like to have if you had to get out of that bunker and go out in the woods or the wilderness or an island? Like, Elliot's on an island, but, you can be in the Rockies or, whatever wood, the woods, wilderness, whatever you think. What 3 things would you like to have with you?
Well, first thing, for water, I would have to go with my Sawyer water bladder setup, and it will filter anything up to 99.9%. Giardia, everything. It does the whole gamut. So if you can't have clean drinking water, then you're pretty much hosed right off the bat. And second thing, I would probably have to have a just like what Elliot said, I gotta have a good knife, because whether I'm batoning wood or doing feather sticking, doing bushcraft work with it to start campfires, cook meat, boil water, doesn't matter. If you don't have a good knife, you're pretty much hosed. Yeah. And third thing, if I was going straight out there, there's plenty of stuff out there like pine boughs, stuff like that to make shelters and stuff. I would have to go with a rifle. Doesn't matter if it was 22, anything from 22 to 7.62 by 54R 308. It doesn't matter. I need something to hunt with, just so I can take down big game, because there's the knife, and there's the fire, and there's the water. Food, water, and shelter. So, yeah, that would definitely be my 3 things.
Me and Pat's going to survive.
There you go.
Yes, we are, guys. Elliot, I'm on your team, and we'll get away from anything that exists with your Corvette.
Well, maybe Bubba let you park your Corvette in his cave so it doesn't get stormed on.
Please see me outside. Come in my cave. Come in my cave.
Charge parking. All right, Gary. What 3 things would you like to have with you, buddy?
Well, my first question for Pat would be, what's he going to do with these big game? Because no bigger than he is, looks like 1 or 2 good-sized quail, and he'd be full for the day. So, if he takes a bear or something, he ain't going to eat it. He's going to eat maybe 1 or 2 nibbles off of it, and the rest of it's going to just rot.
No, here's the caveat. Here's the caveat, and I will go back to Gizzard right here. I am a protein devouring SOB. I eat 3 times more. I'm like a bat. I eat 3 to 5 times more than what I'm worth.
That's eating boats.
Holy crap. I can eat a lot. I eat a lot. Even though I don't show it. Yeah. 1 and about 155 to 160, and yeah,
I've
I
seen
just
you
eat a
eat.
lot.
I've seen
Oh
you
yeah,
eat.
you see me eat. I can eat a whole pizza by myself, depending on the pizza, but I can eat just about any pizza known to man.
If I ate my worth, taco trucks would never leave my street.
I'd,
You and me
I,
are in the same boat.
I mean, in all seriousness, you'd have to have, you got to have, to survive, you got to have food and water. So I'm going to go with the life straw to filter water with because I have one. As far as taking game, I'm with Pat on the rifle. Even something like a 22 takes small game. If you have to live on squirrels or like you could eat rats, I suppose, if you wanted to. That wouldn't be the first thing I'd go after. But that would also double as protection too. So, otherwise I'd say a fishing pole and some line, but you can't defend yourself with a fishing pole. So that does two things. And then you got to have a way to start a fire. Because unless you want to eat the fish raw or the food raw, whatever you catch, or shoot, you probably don't want to eat it raw. So you're going to want to cook it. So you're going to have some way of starting a fire. Either some way generating a spark or a lighter of some sort. If you can eat and if you can drink, you'll survive one way or another. I mean, you'll find a place to sleep or you'll not sleep or whatever, but you've got to be able to eat and drink. At least drink. If you don't drink for a whole week, you're a dead man.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. No doubt about that. And there's some great answers, guys. All right, Walter. What would you like to take with you, buddy?
Well, I think everybody's, and this would be natural responses, is kind of thinking about their home territory and where they are. But the territory you're in is going to dictate to a certain extent how you would answer that question. So a person who's up in the Sierra foothills, for example, where materials to build shelter and water and so forth is all real plentiful, that might be one thing. But if you're in the desert where there isn't any water, then you might want to take Bubba's route and say, hey, I'm going to need, a week's worth of water to survive, even to survive. But no matter how you slice that, it comes down to the three basics. You need food, shelter, and water. And so the three things that you take with you would have to fit your territory in order for you to acquire or build those kinds of things. If you're in some of our California desert area, you can take a yucca plant and do a lot of stuff with that. Yucca is a good fiber. It's got a built-in needle on it. You can twine it together and make line. You can make fishing line with it. You can whittle yourself a fish hook if you need to. There's lots of things you can do with some of the native materials, and you can get by without eating meat for a week. If you know what the local plants are all about, you can dig and you can harvest some of your native plants and get by. Some of the stuff that's available around here isn't too palatable, but again, there are things like pine nuts and certain kinds of roots and things that you can eat around here that would keep you alive for that week. But I think that I'd want a tool of some kind, no matter what. And with a good stout knife, you can do quite a bit of work as far as making another weapon. Working up your fishing gear. Making a spear. Whatever you need to do if you decide you need to do something bigger. If you know how to make a simple deadfall trap, that might help you a little bit. Get some small piece of protein. And as far as shelter goes, again, that's going to depend on your terrain. And if you've got materials on the ground, if you got a lot of brush and you got natural materials that you can use to build a shelter, that's one thing. Again, if you're out in the sand pit someplace and you don't have any of those, then a number of folks over in the side chat have said, yeah, you want a tarp, and you can do a bunch with a tarp also as far as shelter goes. I mean, a lot of the things you can do with that tarp too. You can wear it if you need to. And so I think that I would take, given my territory, I'd take a good knife. I wouldn't need a rifle. I can get by with a good knife to help me build a shelter. I can make fishing gear if I need to, but I do want good water. So I'd want that water filter. So I think water filter, a good knife, and I don't know, my Bible, something to read. Not going to be my laptop, but
I would go dig my stuff out, but it's back there buried in a trunk.
Yeah. But I've done a lot of camping, a lot of backcountry camping and stuff too. So that that might affect a man's decision on what he's going to take too. Is how do you assess your own skills? If you got moderate skills, then maybe you don't need to take the same gear as the guy next to you. So
that's how location is a big part of it.
Because and time of year, climate.
Time of year.
You got snow possibilities. You better be ready for that because if you don't have a good shelter and a way to start a fire, you're not going to last long in the snow for a week. I mean, you build a snow cave and survive, but you still need good gear for that. So
yeah. I mean, for me to survive in the Ozark Mountains or the Rocky Mountains, it'd be easier than survive out there in California. I mean, I'm not used to that climate. Oh, here, what's Gary got here? Let me blow you up, buddy.
Oh, LifeStraw. Okay. I thought it was like a power bar or something.
Yeah, I thought it was maybe some beef jerky.
LifeStraw's a good deal, and some of the folks have said, yeah, you need a pot or something like that too, or a way to store the water. But with the LifeStraw, or even some of our good filters, I mean, you can pump that hose right in your mouth if you got water right there, and it'll be filtered and good to go. With some of the newer, better ones, that I think Pat might have been the one who said that you need to be able to filter Giardia and some of those other microorganisms out. But yeah, LifeStraw is a good tool. You just stick it down in a puddle and drink out of it.
All right. And so, how about you, Moondog? What 3 things would you like? Cell phone, computer, camera?
Yeah, of course. I got a videotape. All of my my adventures while I'm surviving. So for my channel, I think it would probably be maybe a Sony or no. I think I'd probably go with a survival shovel because those new ones have just about everything you need in there, including fire starters and it's got a sharp edge that you could use like a knife, and you can use it to dig, or use it as an axe. And I'd get the biggest tent kit that I could get at Wally World, because then I could tear that apart and use parts of it to make fishing rod or traps from the string, and an AK with plenty of ammo. Probably, but to Vieira's point, though, knowing how rusty my fieldcraft and survival skills are, I think my 3 things would probably be a luxury RV, a quad, an electric quad, and a $1,000 gift certificate to Waffle House, and I think that'll do.
Well, that's a GGW there. Outdoors says he's
oh my God, that's hilarious.
He's got it covered right there.
Walmart,
oh man,
Hooters, and a liquor store. Those are the 3 things he would take with him.
Perfect.
That pretty much take care of it.
You got food, naked women, and beer.
I'm telling you what, you can come to
That's
the
actually a
KVM,
song.
You got that.
Yes, it is.
Us California boys think
James
different.
Jr.
We think outside the box.
You can come to the cave if you do that, GGW. All right. If you get those 3 things, you can come to the cave.
Yep.
All right. Well, tell you what, I think there's a lot of great comments, but that one topped it all off. So GGW, if you email me, I will send you a knife too, buddy. That was hilarious. I loved it. And what we're going to do real quick, guys, we got one more fun little topic to do, but we've had people jump in, some new people and everything. And so, this is exciting. I want to be able to shout them out. And so if everybody would just go ahead and type in HBN, that stands for Hillbilly Nation, just type in HBN and I'll holler at you out here because appreciate you all jumping on here. So we got them coming in. We got Pat in the Bunker, Moondog Industries, AR Gun 1776, Viejo, Big Al, Gary Gizzard. Oh my goodness, these are flying off the shelf here. 6-Shooter Texan, Vanessa Kitty, GGW Outdoors, Richard Hurst, Tommy Boy. All right, guys, I'm glad to have you all on here. And I hope I haven't missed anybody. If I see you pop up here again, I'll holler at you if I hadn't shouted you out before. So anyway, appreciate everybody being on here in the panel. We're going to get real quick to we'll go through real quick, guys. I know it's starting to get late, and then or tell you what, let's go ahead and go through the panel and plug your channel, and then we'll hit this last fun topic. Okay, so Elliot, we'll start with you. You want to plug your channel, and then we'll get to this last topic.
Yeah, I stream Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Sometime I'd make an attempt at beginning reloading. Sometimes I do panels, at least in the past. I may do some in the future. Got 2 shows coming up on Max slot for Monday night. Got to do those at 9. I got to put that in my calendar. I'm trying to remember it. So I got a busy week. Sometimes I'll do shorts, too. But that's about it.
Awesome. Yeah, guys, make sure you jump over to Elliot's channel, AR Gun 1776. Check it out and subscribe, buddy. To him. Great channel. All right, Bubba. You want to plug your channel, buddy?
No,
real quick. We got one here. Boone County Hydrographics. Welcome, buddy. Sorry about that, Bubba. Go ahead.
No, you're good, brother. Well, heck, I ain't gonna plug my channel, but I'll plug a couple other people's. The guy that Gizzard Gary looks like right now, Firearms Addict, Rob from Firearms Addict. I can plug his channel. I'm always gonna plug Boomstick 779 or Boomstick's Revenge because I think he's got a strike right now again on his main channel 779, but YouTube. Yeah. Anyway, well, as far as me, gonna have some new videos coming out here soon, and that's about it.
All righty. And if anybody wants to throw links out there for her, Big Al said, man, throw me your links out there so people can check out your channel. All right. Bubba, that's really nice of you to plug in their channel. And guys, Bubba Be Modest, he has a great channel. Make sure you get over and check out his channel and get subscribed to him. Great channel. All right, Pat. Plug your channel, buddy?
Yes, sir. Yeah, you can find me on Pat in the Bunker on YouTube. That's pretty much where I'm at, and I am on Facebook now too. So I've got a lot of stuff in the pipe that needs to go out, but Elon won't give me that freaking thing that beams things from here to there and shoots it out everywhere because the cable that comes into the bunker absolutely sucks. And I'll just say that right up. Greenwood Communications, you suck. soon as I get Elon, I'm dumping your ass.
Hold on, Pat. Hold on, Pat. I got
like
something for
a
you.
hot fucking mess. It's gonna be.
How did we get on internet?
Hang on,
There you
Bubba's
go,
got to get a
Pat.
quarter out for you, Pat.
Yep.
Bubba's
All right,
put a
hold on. I
quarter
got
jar
something for you, Pat. I got something for you. All right, before
All right,
you
drop
finish.
it. Drop
All
it.
right. His internet sucks so bad you could compare it to Paris Hilton after a 3-day crack binge. I'm done.
Perfect. That's pretty much the perfect analogy on the way. Yeah, downloads work great. Uploads, absolutely suck.
I got you, boo boo.
I got to plan the show for the fill in on Mac show. I got to see if I want to do a panel or what. If I do a panel, I may need some of you guys.
All right, well, hit me up, Elliot.
Whatever you need, buddy.
Mhm.
Okay,
I'll do it. I'll do a film.
cool.
But anyway, yeah, the Starlink, yeah, that hopefully is coming soon. I hope. We'll see. But anyway, yeah, I'm an outdoors guy. 3-wheelers, 4-wheelers, just outside stuff. It's guns. I just love being outside. So yeah, you can come check me out on Pat and the Bunker on both channels, on Facebook and on the on YouTube. So, but yeah, definitely go check these guys out. These guys are awesome. Reloading, reviews, doesn't matter. Go check these guys out. And Moondog, Viejo, Gizzard, Elliot, and Bubba. Good guys. They're not going to steer you wrong.
Right back at you.
Thank you, Pat.
Well, thank you, Pat, buddy. So, all right, Gary, you want to plug your channel, buddy? And then after we get through this, guys, don't go anywhere. We're going to let everybody plug your channel. We got another fun topic coming up.
First, I got another quick question for Pat. I mean, if you like being outside all the time, and when you're not outside, you're down in the bunker, are you just scared to death of your wife and kids? Is that it? You
Oh,
honestly, if you're asking honestly,
we can.
This is a safe place. Everybody online can see it, but this is a safe place.
She didn't hear that. She didn't hear that. Oh my god! Oh my god!
And
no.
Are you bringing your wife to Thunder on the Prairie again? I mean,
yes. Actually, the wife and oh god, here she comes. Oh crap!
You're in trouble now.
As we just see a frying pan.
She carrying a frying pan there?
Oh, what? Oh, say it loud and proud now. Say it loud now.
I said, as we see a frying pan like fly across the screen and hit you in the forehead.
Anyway,
I've had that to happen. Frying pan thrown at me.
Yeah, she's standing with a cast iron skillet, and that really hurt.
Hey, you're
No. Anyway, no. She's great. She puts up with a lot of my shit, and honestly, she's awesome. Yes, she will be coming with me, and hopefully, daughter in a bunker will be shooting with us this year.
Awesome.
So yeah. Hopefully that answers a lot of the questions. And
yeah, I was just messing with you anyway. As far as I go, Gizzard Gary, I do a Friday night live stream called Foul Territory. That is on right after Georgia Shooting Connection. That is Friday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. And hopefully you can stop by and check it out. We'd love to have you. Otherwise, I do firearm gear reviews and stuff like that. So check it out. And as always, thanks for having me, Hillbilly.
You bet, man. Glad you made it. And I appreciate you. And go over there and get subbed to Gary and Pat and everybody else on here, guys. Great channels. Okay, Walter, you want to plug your channel, buddy?
Sure. I've got a small channel now because I had to restart. I had to reboot and start a new channel up because the last one went bye-bye. But nonetheless, I do mostly bullet casting and reloading, which is, somewhat problematic, but we're finding ways to keep the administrative overhead happy out there in YouTube land.
Yeah.
So that's what I do, and I like to do a series, get a theme going and do a weekly installment on it. So I've got one now that's been going on a couple months called Moldy Monday, and every week I pull out a mold out of my drawer of molds that I've never cast before, that I've bought or borrowed or hoarded or whatever. And I got a bunch of them that are in that category. So we're pulling those out, finally getting to cast them, and then get them loaded up and go shoot them, and then come back with a report on how the shooting went. So that's kind of what's going on. I've got another one, a series that we're going to start and run simultaneously here pretty soon, that we're going to call Henrys and Handguns, because I got a whole bunch of Henrys and pistol calibers. And so we're going to talk about those rifles and kind of do the same thing, load up some ammo and go to the range and shoot the same ammo out of the handgun as the lever gun. So that's going to be kind of fun to do. And you can usually catch me on Friday nights over on Georgia Shooting Connection. And I think tomorrow, 76 Highboy and I are going to do a live stream on loading for the 45 Cowboy Special, which is something of an obscure cartridge, but that's what we're going to work on tomorrow afternoon at 4:00 Mountain Time. So stop on by if you're in the vicinity.
All
right, Walter, man, that sounds awesome, man. Great stuff to look forward to, man. And make sure you get over to Walter's channel and get subbed and check out his channel. Great channel. So, all right, Moondog, you want to plug your channel, buddy?
Oh, sure. Actually, I got 3. So you can find me at Moondog Industries in the YouTubes. You can find me either on Moondog Industries, or at Moondog Reviews, or at Moondog Go, which is the newest channel that I'm trying to start up. It's that channel is focused on travel, interesting things that I find in my trips over to Vegas for SHOT Show, or back east for my big airsoft game that I'll be doing in June. And starting this week, actually, I'm giving away stuff that in preparation for the big airsoft event in June. So I'm giving away a bag of swag on my channel. So like the Spyderco bag filled with swag from SHOT Show. So check it out. I'll post up links here. Oh gosh, I hope that it's all just gibbly-goop right now. I'll post them up individually, but just look for me at Moondog Go, and or you can find me on my website at moondogindustries.com.
All right, guys, make sure you get over there and check out his channels, get subscribed to him. I mean, great channels. I mean, I enjoy all of his content so well. So get over there and get subscribed. All these people on this panel, and then there's people out in the side chat, people that have awesome channels too. So, make sure you go over and check these people's content out and their channels, because it's just a great deal. In my opinion, way better than stuff you're going to be seeing on TV, and, that's kind of what brought me to decide to start my own YouTube content. Was I was like, man, I want to put some entertainment, stuff out there for people, that, because there's just, in my opinion, there's not much good on TV anymore, and so anyway, anyway, let's get to this last topic. We always try to do fun one or two for everybody that's not related to guns or something. So we'll just start right back with you, Moondog.
Mm-hmm. So,
what's your favorite cartoons growing up?
Oh, that's too hard. So many. I was just thinking about it. I was watching my kids yesterday. We put on there was this new 3D animated version of Scooby-Doo that had come out, and it was I was a little bit torn because it wasn't quite the original Scooby Doo that I loved growing up as a kid, and there's a little hints of being a little wokish on it, but I love the fact that there was cameos from all the Hanna-Barbera characters. They included Blue Falcon on there, and a bunch of other little cameos, including was it Dick Dastardly from the Wacky Races. I thought that's great. That's great.
All righty. Well, how about you, Walter?
Well, we got to go back. We got to go way back here.
What do you like to sit in front of the TV on a Saturday morning eating a bowl of cereal? What was you?
What part of we have to go way back did you not get?
You got Steamboat Willie.
47. There wasn't no TV. We didn't have a TV in our house until the mid 50s, and so I was already 8-10 years old before we even saw a TV. So what we saw for cartoons was at the movie theater. And you go to the movie theater on Saturday afternoon for 2 bits, and you'd see 2, full-length feature westerns and a couple newsreels and a half a dozen good cartoons. And the cartoons that we saw were Looney Tunes. So that was Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck and Porky Pig and that outfit, Yosemite Sam.
We're to appreciate classical music. It wasn't for Looney Tunes.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So those are the ones that I grew up with, and then it wasn't until the Hanna-Barbera thing, early '60s when they started hitting TV, I think. But I was pretty much out of the cartoon age by then. I was out tending livestock, bucking hay, and all that good stuff after school. And get to see a whole lot of TV. But back then, we all kind of thought, wasn't much on TV then either. But it was probably better than what we got now. So that was me. Looney Tunes, all the way.
All right.
They were good.
We got some great ones out in the side chat too. Scooby Doo, pre-Scrappy. Scrappy was the downfall.
Yeah.
Roadrunner.
Captain Chaos. Stop that pigeon. Merry Medleys. Banana Splits.
That wasn't a cartoon, though.
Porky Pig.
Hillbillies. Oh, boy. Yeah, and Popeye. Yeah, you got.
Popeye.
The reason I like canned spinach nowadays because Popeye. The Flintstones. I mean, the Flintstones had the first economical car, So they were green before anybody else was.
Yeah.
The Jetsons, Johnny Quest. Oh, yeah, Johnny Quest, man. That was.
I remember Johnny Quest.
That was a great one.
Yep.
Looney Tunes.
That's a good one.
I don't remember Roll Call as a cartoon. But anyway, all right. Well, Gary, let's jump on over to you, buddy. What were some of your favorite cartoons growing up?
Well, a lot of them you've mentioned. There's stuff I watched back in those days. I think all kids did back in the mid to late 60s. Your Jetsons, Flintstones, Scooby-Doo, all that junk. But my absolute favorite, what really just made me crack up and laugh as a kid, was Woody Woodpecker. Nobody probably even knows who that is.
I do.
Oh, yeah.
He was hilarious. He had a weird sense of humor, and I think that fit right in with my personality, because I may still have a little bit of a weird sense of humor. So
the guy with the chicken logo is talking about a bird. Go figure.
Well, there's a whole story behind that logo we can talk about another time. But
oh man. Yeah, that's another great one.
Speed Racer. I remember Speed Racer.
Speed Racer, Star Blazers.
Underdog. Anybody remember Underdog?
I remember
Underdog.
Hong Kong Phooey.
Oh, yeah.
Hong Kong Phooey.
That one I never saw.
Oh, yeah.
And Grape Ape. Well, I think it was like a duo. I mean, back to back.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty.
The one
So-
opposite of Scooby Doo, it was the Dune Buggy.
Oh,
Uh,
right.
Oh,
What's that one?
dang it!
Oh, come on. I know what you're talking about because the car was always like.
Yeah.
Doggone it.
Oh man, that was a good one too. Anyway, sorry.
I'll
I had
think
to
of it.
blurt it
That
out.
was one of my favorites, and I can't think of it right now.
George of the Jungle. Yeah, I remember
Mhm.
that.
Well, of course,
Yep.
Rocky and Bullwinkle, the whole series.
Now, what
like that.
GGW Outdoors is talking about the Flintstones having a cigarette commercial. The Flintstones
Yeah, I
originally
remember that.
aired as a primetime series. It was
Mhm.
not intended for children. It was intended for an adult audience. So, yeah,
Yeah.
Kind of like Ren and Stimpy.
it was kind of a take on the Honeymooners.
Yeah, totally.
Yep.
Speedy.
Yeah. There you go. But what was the name of that cartoon though?
I'll look it up.
Remember the name of
I can't.
It was a Hanna-Barbera property. I think.
Wheelie and the Wheelie and the Chopper Bunches. Oh wow.
That was
I
that the
totally
name?
forgot about that. No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that one. It was that motorcycles that ran with the
Oh.
great big ape hangers and everything
Yeah.
running around.
Well, here's one of my favorites, Roadrunner.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
It was Speed Buggy.
Speed
Buggy.
Buggy.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
there you
Buggy.
go.
See, that Acme
Awesome.
company was kind of like Amazon is now. You could order anything from Acme and they'd send it.
They had really fast delivery too.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, speaking of which, I got some Acme race fuel one time. It was labeled Acme race fuel 110 octane for my race car. About 10 years ago, the last time I quit racing, they sent me a 55-gallon drum. It literally had the Acme stamp on it. Acme race fuel. And I'm like, where in the hell did this come from? Is a coyote going to come around here and fucking blow up in front of me? No, it was good. It was just, it's one of those kind of full branch things that they put out there. And I was like, okay, it was good fuel. I still got the drum. It's still out there and it's still got the sticker on it. I'm going to have to show you guys sometime. I'll take a picture of it and show you guys the Acme race fuel. I don't know who we're around to now, but it's okay.
Who's next?
Who we on, Hillbilly?
I think Bubba? No, wait. Pat, did you ready to go?
Oh,
Hillbilly, you.
what was
Hillbilly,
the
you
subject?
muted.
I forget.
Cartoons. Favorite cartoon.
Oh, okay. Well,
Cartoon.
Hillbilly up.
okay, yeah. Sorry. One of my favorite cartoons, definitely the Hanna-Barbera stuff, Looney Tunes. Yeah, I watched it all when I was a kid. And once we finally got satellite, one of my coolest ones was my favorite all-time jet of the Air Force was the F-14 Tomcat. And it was called the SWAT Cats.
The SWAT Cats.
Oh gosh, I haven't seen that show in forever.
And they made two different versions of it that only ran for 4 seasons. The first 2 seasons was one director, and the next 2 seasons were the next 2 directors. And it was totally awesome because they went into the scrapyard and they built this F-14 Tomcat out of nothing, and it was and they had all these different missiles and stuff and guns and everything they could do with this F-14 Tomcat, and yeah, it was.
I just googled that. I've
SWAT
never even heard of that cartoon show.
Oh man,
that stumped me.
Just look it up. The SWAT Cats, and there's 2 different versions of it. So, but yeah, the SWAT Cats was probably in Harvey Adult Swim. The funniest one was probably Adult Swim. Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. Oh my God, that was effing hilarious.
I have all the seasons of that. That's
Harvey Birdman.
Oh God, that is hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. If you want to watch some funny stuff, go just type in Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law.
It had all the Hanna-Barbera guys. All of them.
Yep, exactly. Did you get that thing I sent you?
That was his whole case. Did you get that thing I sent you?
That I sent you. Yep. Anyway, those are my favorite cartoons. That's
all right. Great ones, buddy. All right. Bubba, what did you like to watch, buddy?
Well, all the Hanna-Barbera stuff, all the Looney Tunes stuff. You know, it's just ones I always grew up watching stuff. Jabberjaw was another one that I liked to watch. I'm pretty sure. I think it's Hanna-Barbera too, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is. Yep.
And that was a impersonation of Curly from the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my favorite shows, and this is only because of how young I am. All right. My favorite shows were mainly Japanese. Growing up as a kid, like Dragon Ball and stuff like that.
Oh
like,
yeah.
I remember when they finally released it in English to the U.S. and like I always read the comics when I was a kid. So whenever they released it, I was like 10 or 11 when they finally released it out here in English, and it was just something new. You know, you didn't see artwork like that and stuff, and it was just hilarious. You know, but my favorite of them all, and I mean, I hate to say this just because the fact nobody here is going to know what I'm talking about, and I hate it just because of how young I am. But it was called Tenchi Muyo. Was my favorite one.
Oh, Tenchi,
favorite show.
Oh yes,
it was my absolute favorite show, just because of Ryoko. That was it. The rest of it, nobody else I cared about. Ryoko was my first crush as a kid.
She made it.
It was hilarious.
I know exactly what you're talking about, brother. Yep. I grew up in the same time frame. How old are you?
I am 34.
So can you say that again?
I'm 42.
Bubba? What the name of that was?
It was Tenchi Muyo. Yeah, there it is. Ryoko.
This is actually my wife. She picked this up when we were in Tokyo 10 years or 15 years ago. So
it's still one of my favorite ones to watch, especially all the that show branched off of like 16 different extra shows.
Oh, and it comes with her. I forgot the name of the
Ryo Oki.
Yeah,
and a little bitty rabbit cat. It was hilarious. It was adorable. Yep. A rabbit and a cat mixed together. I loved it. But see, that's why I hate being so young, man. It's like because that's the cartoons I remember. Like I'd watch, Josie and the Pussycats, I watched Jabberjaw and all that stuff. But that time period is when they started releasing a bunch of the Japanese shows out, and most new American cartoons at the time just sucked.
Oh yeah.
After Bugs Bunny and after like Hanna-Barbera stuff, all the other cartoons they came out with after that was just garbage.
Yeah, like Captain Planet and
Captain Planet was so weak. It was so weak. It was like, he's talking about fighting pollution. I don't care about pollution. I'm a kid.
I will put one thing against that. Ed, and Eddie.
Okay, no, that one doesn't count. Okay. Ed, and Eddie is a classic, and the way they did the redo, whoever did
Yep.
that needs to be
I
shot.
like chickens, Eddie.
And I will say this: Rolf from Ed, and Eddie had the best
Yep.
roast game ever.
Yep.
Hearing it now as an adult, and remembering it when I was a kid, I didn't get it at first, but he literally said, "Your cucumbers are soft and your garden is overrun." As an adult, that's the best.
It's perfect.
ever.
It's perfect.
Ever.
I
Can't beat
forgot
it.
about Ren and Stimpy.
I used to
I
watch a
really
lot of
like
that.
Beavis and
Two
Butthead.
Dogs. I like
Yeah.
the dogs. That shit was funny. And Cow and Chicken was okay.
Yep.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
That was another good one.
Th-
Family
that
Guy was good up until like they started getting political, and then I was just like, oh.
Yeah, that was
No,
the
I spelled
Adult
that wrong.
Swim
Oh,
stuff, though.
Yeah.
That
if
was
you-
the Adult Swim stuff.
So this, if you haven't seen it, this bridges the classic and the this new breed. You got to watch. If you loved Johnny Quest, you got to watch Venture Brothers.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Venture Brothers is the.
Perfect.
It's a total
Yes.
send up of all the.
They're
It's,
classics.
rebooting
okay.
it.
Patrick.
They're
Warburton
rebooting
or
it.
Whatever is the guy that
They're
plays
rebooting it?
Samson.
They're rebooting it at the end of the year. They're doing Venture Brothers.
Mhm.
They're doing King of the Hill.
That was
Combined, or they're
And-
doing separate.
No, they're separate. It's all
Oh,
separate.
okay, good. Thank goodness. That was
It's,
weird.
it's Venture Brothers. They're
Mhm.
rebooting it in the fall. They're doing King of the Hill.
Great show.
and-
Great show.
Oh man, I love King of the Hill. I just finally got done watching the whole series.
It's so prescient too.
And-
The stuff that he was talking about wokeness before wokeness.
Right, right. And there's another one that they're doing. Damn it, I wish I could remember it. But there's 3 series that they're rebooting, and they got everybody on board, the directors and everybody, to reboot everything exactly like the way it was.
Oh, and before
Yeah,
I
Venture
forget,
Brothers is coming
before I
back.
forget, this was more important than the topic. But when Pat's wife went to walk in, I thought I was going to have to put this in the swear jar. Anyway,
Sorry, I didn't mean to get a sidetracked, but yeah, there's going to be a lot of reboots in this fall.
I just
Say
wanted
hey
them to
to
finish
Popeye
off
Six
the
Media.
series for Venture Brothers. That's all I wanted from them.
Yep. Oh, Venture Brothers, fucking hilarious.
All right, let's move on.
Anyway.
All right. I'm gonna go on a tangent. I'm done.
I can't believe nobody said Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles earlier. That was
Oh,
I was older,
hell.
but you know, I had kids.
Yeah, my kids watched that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
loved it.
Yeah,
Well, I watched it
but
with
I
them
like the
quite a bit.
movies better.
Yeah. Okay.
The
Clint.
new one,
Uh,
old
I
one
used
with the ooze.
my uncle used to take me to the theater and for a quarter when I was a kid downtown, and I'd watch all the stuff that Walter talked about, Looney Tunes, Clutch Cargo. I liked when I was a kid, Porky Pig, and let's not forget Mickey Mouse 90th anniversary, about 4 or 5 inches tall. I watched him.
I'm
I
totally
watched-
woke now too, kids.
This is a collector. This is a Steamboat Willie 90th anniversary
Oh, nice.
right there
Oh,
in the reloading room.
the black and white.
And then
Nice.
I got Mickey Mouse in the parade.
Good night, Mark.
All of them 90th anniversary editions.
Awesome.
They were out a few years ago. I can't remember what year, but yeah, I loved all that. Roadrunner, you know, Clutch Cargo. I remember when that came out. Now, non-cartoons. The only cartoon I watched that I loved was King of the Hill in my older years. It's just something about that show. I couldn't go back and watch any other cartoons, not at all. But boy, King of the Hill, I could sit there and watch it one after another.
Because it's
Yep.
so real.
Yeah, it's
It is.
a great show. Hmm.
Dale, you dumbass.
Yeah.
Chris. Hey, Chris Stock.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Welcome.
Little propane and propane accessories. That's about your cleanest burning propane and your fuel that you can get. Taste the meat, not the heat.
You know they did an episode where Hank Hill was Green Lantern, right?
Wait, I didn't see that episode.
No, it was a spoof. It was a spoof episode that they decided to do as a joke, and his creed was, "In brightest day and blackest night, I tell you what, that boy ain't right. Let those who worship charcoal's might beware my power, propane's might."
I had a roommate here could absolutely nail King of the Hill. That guy. I was going to put him on the show one night just vocally, but he moved out. So.
But Dad.
What was the two Blackbird? Heckle and Jekyll?
Oh, Heckle and Jekyll.
Yeah.
I forgot about them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was
Yes,
Yosemite Sam was probably
Bugs Bunny,
man.
Popeye, Spanish,
the Tasmanian Devil.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they did a reboot of Looney Tunes where they had a series where they Bugs and Daffy lived together or whatever in the suburbs, and it was actually really good. I don't know why they canceled the series. It's only got 2 seasons, but I laughed. It has Foghorn Leghorn in it, and he's like a huge business tycoon or whatever, but he's just as crazy as he was in the cartoons. and it's great. It's absolutely hilarious.
It was good.
Foghorn Leghorn was really good, and yeah, I always liked him, and like I said, Yosemite Sam. Some of the characters, but in my opinion, out of all of them, though, I mean, Bugs Bunny, he was kind of like the top-notch character because he played so many different ones, and it was so funny. What was the Mars guy where he went to Mars or whatever?
Marvin the Martian.
Marvin.
Yep.
Yeah, Marvin.
I'm And then the Martian dog was just great too. He was always smarter than Marvin.
Yeah.
Right.
No, one, I don't know if anybody remembers this or even watched it. It didn't seem like it was on very many times. So it may have just been like how they'll do those little side cartoons, every now and then. But it was called Hair Bears. And the 3 bears, they all had afros, and they lived in the zoo. And every day they'd break out of the zoo. And
I remember that.
My funniest part was when they go to go over the wall, the one bear would stand with his hands like this, and they put their foot on it and jump over the wall. Well, it come his turn, he put his own foot on his hands and jumped over the wall. I mean, I just lost it every time they did that. I mean, I thought that was so dang funny.
It was what was it those old children's books, the Berenstain Bears, right?
Oh yeah, the
Berenstain. Yep.
Now I watched the video recently on YouTube. It's probably taken down because this was just outlandish. But it had the Berenstain Bears, and they was doing a book over cover or whatever. They was flipping through the book or whatever. And it showed the Berenstain Bears getting new neighbors. Well, they were pandas. And somebody decided to put Vietnam flashbacks in the background of the father bear as he stared with a mean look in his eye. And I'm just what in the name of God is wrong with you people? But he's just sitting there, you just hear, ah! And he's just staring with this really pissed off look, staring at his neighbors moving in. And I was like, oh, God, man, what is wrong with you?
Well, but if you go into a certain patch company, they have the Berenstain Bears. Brother Bear is with Night Optics and an AR, and then you got Mama Bear with all this other stuff, and it's just where the hell did they come up with this stuff? And they got it from there. From that one damn cartoon. And it's Mother Bear, Brother Bear, Sister Bear, and all these other bears, and it's everybody's packing different stuff. It's just like,
Just like,
that's where they got it from.
it was just Seth
their
MacFarlane
patches.
used to do side caveat cartoons or whatever, right? And he did one of the Roadrunner finally being caught by Wile E. Coyote, right? He's like, "Oh my god, I got him! I freaking got him! Freaking got him, man! Yeah!" He eats him with his other coyote friend, and then afterwards he gets all depressed because he can't chase him anymore.
I got a couple patches you guys might like.
Oh, here, let me pull you up here.
These are from Night Vision.
Okay.
Foghorn
Leghorn.
And then you'll really like this one, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yes. There we go.
Oh,
Great.
That's great.
dude.
Is he
What do I have to
shooting
send you to get that one?
Huh? Oh, these came
said,
from
what do I
like
have to
SHOT
say?
Show and SHOT Show, I believe, in NRAM was where these came from.
That's Hank Hill with a. Oh my God, that's perfect.
That
Yeah.
is hilarious.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, they have a special cartoon patch every day. You have to go by their booth first thing in the morning and get in line because they only have
Oh my God,
a
that's
small
hilarious.
number. So collectors, that's the first booth they go to. And they have the
Oh,
coolest
Heathcliff.
patches.
I don't always use electrical light, but when I do, it's made with propane. And I put it in my Surefire every night before I go to bed.
Oh man,
I only run a fridge that runs on propane and propane accessories.
what was the? Oh man, I forgot.
Yeah, his
it.
bullets are filled with propane instead of powder.
His fire extinguishers fill with propane.
Well, it didn't seem like a bad idea at the time.
Oh, I remember now. Like the side cartoons. What was the one where the sheepdog or whatever and the coyote showed up every day and they clock in, and then and the dog had his hair over his face, but the coyote was always trying to steal the sheep. I don't remember the name of that, but that was
It was Frank and Ralph. The dog's name were Frank and Ralph.
It was Ralph and Sam.
Ralph the dog.
But it was still Wile E. Coyote. It was still Wiley. It was Wile E. Coyote.
It was Ralph the Wolf.
It was Wiley. Okay, I couldn't remember.
It was supposed to be Ralph the Wolf, even though it looked exactly like Wile E. Coyote. To your point, exactly. It was supposed to be Ralph the Wolf and Sam the Sheepdog.
Yeah. I loved it how they clock in every day.
He just pick up the sheep and Wiley to run right off the cliff, right underneath the sheep. It's like, you dumb.
Yeah, man. This has been fun, guys.
Yes, it has been.
Oh. So we're going up. We're getting close to 11:30 Central here, and I know it's getting late on the East Coast. So we'll kind of wrap this up. Anybody got anything else they want to say before we start to wrap this up?
Go check these guys out. Everybody on this panel, great people. From reloading, shooting, doesn't matter. All good people.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of classification I'm in, so
people.
Everybody, why don't you type in the URL for your channel for those on the online who might not know how to get to you guys.
Yeah. My favorite cartoon right now is Hillbilly Up.
pretty much is a cartoon.
That's a good one.
I think that's something I want to say.
That's amazing CGI.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it is.
I do have something I want to say. I'll do my usual send off.
That's amazing.
Stay armed. Stay 2A strong. Have a fantastic day. Keep getting at it. That's all I got.
All right. Well, I'll get some of these out here in case I know some people have jumped on late here, and so I'm throwing some more links out here for everybody. I should have a cartoon. Yeah.
Great being on here, guys. I enjoyed it.
Oh,
Hey, if Hillbilly gets a cartoon, I get to be Wile E. Coyote coming in every once in a while. A Wiley Bubba.
Well, Elliot,
Yeah.
say your channel and when you go live again, really quick.
I go live 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday. I do sometimes the morning coffees, which I hadn't done lately on the morning coffees. I'll be doing MacMan's show Monday night at 6, fill in for the next 2 Mondays, one coming and one after that. And that's it. AR Gun 1776.
Nice.
Reload and talk. I hadn't had panels in a while. I may do that coming down the pike.
Man, I wish some of y'all would start at like 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I used to start at 8, actually.
I always leave for work at about 9. And I use my phone's my speedometer. If that tells you what kind of car I have.
Oh, yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I got to come up. I got to come up with a show for Mac, definitely on the fill-in. So I'll get the old whiteboard out and work it out.
No, looks cool.
All right.
Anyway, stay safe. Carry your weapon. That's all I got left to say.
Enjoy
All
it.
right.
Everyone have a good night.
All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you all for being on the panel. Go check out all their channels, wonderful channels. I want to thank the side chat, man. It's just been rocking and rolling all night. Such great people out there. I appreciate you all getting involved in the side chat and for watching this and having fun with us. I hope you're having fun. And so as long as we have fun and you all show up, we'll just keep doing this. And so anyway, I want to leave out and say, remember God, family, and country. And make somebody's day nice. Make somebody's day better, will you? Real easy to do. Just make somebody's day better every day. Just try it. And if the good Lord's willing and the creeks don't rise, we'll be seeing you all again. Say good night.